morning, everyone. What a wonderful day. Don't we all love this time of the year?
Yes.
Thank you. One of us, two of us do. Welcome to our newest Royal Farm here in the city of York. It's our 5th Royal Farms in Pennsylvania. With more to come, so we'll be able to have our chicken in more places. Right now, before we get started with introductions of everyone who's here, I would like to introduce the president of Royal Farms, Mr. John Kemp.
Probably one of our best turnouts for a grand opening. Really appreciate everybody coming, and Ed in a few minutes is going to recognize everyone that's here. Just a couple quick words. As Ed said, this is our 5th store in South Central PA. We have a store in Dover, 2 in York now, 1 in Wrightsville, and another store in Hanover. And we're very happy to be here in York. Everybody's welcomed us with open arms. We've been successful, and we look forward to more success in the future. We really appreciate the town of York for through the approval process. They were great to work with. I'd also just want to, we'll talk a little bit about this later, but this store will be LEED certified. This is the LEED award. Royal Farms really places a big emphasis on green and sustainability, and all our stores, all our new stores, we try to get actually LEED certified, and Brittany will talk a little bit about that later. We have a lot of good information up here, and we can actually share some of the green and sustainable initiatives that are in this store. It's pretty exciting. I'd also like to thank the Royal Farms team members that make it happen, and I'd like to basically Ed Stronsky in our marketing department. Wade Graham, if you could just basically raise your hand, is head of operations. We have Mike Jakubik, who's the district leader for the Pennsylvania stores. We have Shane Wonder, who's a district leader in training, who basically got his start. We found Shane, actually managed our Dover, PA store, and did a great job there. And now he's being promoted. Jeff Bainbridge finds good sites for us in South Central PA. He's a director of real estate. We have Dave Hurst, who's a store manager. And we have the most important people of all. And they're our sales associates that you'll see working the store. They're the ones that deal. The sales associates are the ambassadors for the company, and they're the ones that make the big difference, okay? I'd like to recognize Cindy, Aaron, Ben, James, Pat, Kira, Melissa, Cynthia, Christina, Brittany, Wanda, Lexi, Sheena, Rosalind. Now, there are plenty of other employees here, but and we'd also like to recognize the chicken, but I do want to... It's a little smaller than normal. So I do appreciate everybody coming, and I'm going to turn it over to Ed, and we'll keep this thing rolling. I do want to also... also, Chris Bellino also, he's the head of construction. Chris actually builds this thing and makes sure it does a great job. Sorry, Chris. I just want to comment that after we're all done, there's going to be plenty of free food for everybody, so please feel free to hang out, try our great chicken, our world-famous chicken, hand-cut fries, but we also have the best coffee and the freshest coffee. A lot of people in South Central PA don't know that. We have 100% Colombian coffee ground seconds before brewing. We're one of the few companies that still uses pots, and our subs are to die for, too. We actually bake the bread in the store, and so you have the freshest, highest quality submarines you can get anywhere. So I'm going to turn it over to Ed. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, John. Okay, we have a lot of people here, and we're going to try to keep this moving because I know a lot of you are on some tight schedules. I would like to first introduce Mr. Bob Riley, Deputy Chief of Staff for Congressman Todd Platts. Bob, are you here?
thanks very much. I'll be very quick. I would like to say it's glad to hear about the offering of the free food. I literally got texted as I was driving here from my coworkers in the office telling me I wasn't allowed to come back to the office unless I had fried chicken. So I will be one of the people sticking around today. The other thing I like to say is just a good story about Royal Farms. My father passed away last April, and one of the traditions we had is every once in a while we got a big bucket of fried chicken and just sat there and dove through it together. Well, right before he passed, my dad and I had an establishment that will remain nameless that we used to get our chicken from. On Thursday at 5 o'clock, I went to that establishment to get chicken, and they actually ran out of chicken on Thursday at 5 o'clock. So I walk outside. I'm like, okay, what do I do next? There was a Royal Farms right across the street, so I went and got it. And the last time I was able to do that with my father was with Royal Farms chicken, and he absolutely loved it. So that's a great memory I share. On behalf of Congressman Platts, who's in Washington today and can't be here, I just want to thank Royal Farms for their continuing investment in this community. This is a beautiful facility. It's going to create jobs in this community. And even more, almost equally importantly, is Royal Farms is a very good corporate citizen here in our community and throughout their different stores. Very active, working with local nonprofit organizations and other charitable communities. They're a great example of partnering with the local municipalities and local community to have that great public-private partnership. So we really appreciate their leadership and their support. It's just great to see the turnout today, and I wish them great success on this new facility. So thanks everyone for coming out, and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Bob. Now I would like to just acknowledge Brenda Arnold, Legislative Aide for Senator Mike Wall. State Representative Eugene D. Pasquale.
Thank you everyone for being here. My first visit to Royal Farms was actually on the way down to Dallastown with my son before a baseball game, and you got to be prepared for everything when you're going to play Dallastown, because Commissioner Riley's kids and he is involved with that baseball program, so you got to be prepared for everything. So I think we probably had some energy drink or something. So I mean, but after seeing that the construction was starting here and it was going to be a Royal Farms, we were all excited because it was just such a great location on 74 on the way to Red Line and Dallastown. So thank you for your investment in York City. And I want to commend Kevin, who does economic development now, but specifically also Mayor Bracey and former Mayor Brenner. What they understood and was alluded to earlier is that having a smooth approval process, but making sure that the rules are followed to protect the public health, but at the same time making sure you're driving economic growth to where it needs to happen is a critical part of economic development. So I want to thank them for their leadership that they've provided to help making today possible as well. And my only final comment is, I think there's a good problem to have, but whoever designed the parking lot, we maybe need a few more spaces. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for your comments. Next, County Commissioner Doug Hoke and Chris Riley.
Chris and I are happy to be here today. As you all know, York County is a big county, 583,000 acres, 435,000 people. We welcome Royal Farms to another location here in York County. We support them. I drive by here every day. This is a great location, and I wish them much success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker did not want a long introduction, so I'll just simply say, let's welcome Mayor Kim Bracey.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Where's that band at back there? Give it up for the Bearcats. And I need to ask those in the doorway to clear the way for sales tax coming in and out, mercantile tax. So make sure people can get in and out, all right? That's important. It is truly my pleasure to be here today to welcome everyone on a gorgeous day in York City to the grand opening of Royal Farms. Thank you to all the elected officials that are here. They've already been acknowledged. We have some city council members here as well. We thank you all for being here today. I'm happy the administration is here, is representing us as well too. Those that really helped move this project through the permitting process. Our fire department, again, Kevin, thank you all for being here too. It is a fun day, obviously, as mayor, when you can celebrate the investment and creation of a new family-sustaining, job-sustaining, if you will, in our community. But it's an even better day when you can welcome a homegrown business to your city, especially one that happens to serve tasty food as well. We already heard about everything that they serve. And I noticed there are some healthy things here too, for those of you that want to skip the chicken. There are healthy takes that you can have as well. It is worth a moment in our week to show gratitude to the investment and job creation and the charitable contributions that will be made a little later this morning. So we welcome Royal Farms. We welcome them to this area. It is our first in York City, but we know they are throughout the county. We hope to have more in the city. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for choosing to do business here in the city. And again, move out the way of the door, folks. People are trying to come in. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Now we would like to take some time to just acknowledge some other folks who are here. And if you would like to come up to say something, you are certainly welcome. But I'd like to introduce and acknowledge Carol Lewis Evans, City Council President. Joanne Borders, City Council Member. And Michael Helfrich, also City Council Member. York Police Chief Wes Cayley. Also with us today, Acting Chief of York Fire Department, David Michaels. Deputy Chief of York Fire Department, Craig Halpin. Is Madeline Schurmeyer here? Madeline? I just want to say something, I want to say something quick about Madeline. Madeline taught me a lot about politics here in York County. And I'm just going to tell you, I found out that when we opened one of our other stores, I invited the wrong mayor. Didn't realize the difference between a borough and a township, but darn it, Madeline let me know. So anytime I have any questions, Madeline, you're the person. Thank you. A special thanks also goes to a lot of these other folks that I'm about to mention. Kevin Schreibner, Director of Economic Development. We have with us Jim Gross, Director of Public Works. Ricky Quintero, York City Permits and Zoning. Mike Stiley, York City Inspector from C.S. Davidson. We'd also like to thank our builder and all who helped during the construction from Stewart and Tate Construction. We've got Tim Tate. John Kirshner. And if any of you folks would like to say anything, you can just approach the podium. Also have Tom Anthony and Larry Brandt. Russ Brenneman and Lauren Lloyd. Our permit expediter from Center Road Consulting, John Brodish. This is a long list, folks. Ryan Myers, real estate broker from LMS Realty, and attorney Ron Terry. Also representing engineering firm Ritu Associates, we have Grant Smith, group manager of land development and surveying. Brian Engel, that's Brian Engel, vice president for land development and surveying. John Kemp mentioned that this is a green building, and to help us with our LEED certification is a company called Lorax Partnerships, and representing Lorax Partnerships is Brittany Eldridge. Brittany, would you like to say anything at all?
Good morning. It's been our pleasure to have worked with Royal Farms over the past, I think it's been about 4 years now, to work with them to make all of their design and construction processes sustainable. And what was great was that it was an easy job when we started because they were already doing so many things that fit within the LEED standard. So this store is going to be LEED certified, as John mentioned, in about a month. Some of the elements they have are that they save 40% in their potable water use. So you notice the urinals don't have any water, the toilets are low flow, and fun things like that. The energy use in this store is 18% lower than a typical convenience store. And my favorite part about it is that the delicious fried chicken, the waste oil, or the oil that's used to make that, is all converted into biodiesel upon leaving the store. So you're doing good. Thank you, Royal Farms, for your efforts to make this world a better place and give us good food.
Thank you, Brittany. Brittany, by the way, just had her second child. Again, the list goes on and on. I'd like to also acknowledge Kevin Schreiber, Marketing and Economic Development Coordinator for the City of York, and all of those who worked for the economic development. Would you all please just raise your hand? We have Gary and Keith Lefevre and Chris Morgenstern, real estate investors from Dillsburg. Welcome. Right now, we would like to give some donations to some charitable causes that a lot of the folks in York had recommended. And at this point, I would like to have John come up. Could Don and Diane Maluzio and Derek come up, and Lou Castriano and Tom O'Connor from Leg Up Farm.
Sorry.
I'd also like to acknowledge that Don had matched our donation for Leg Up Farm. Acting Chief David Michael, York Fire Department. And Deputy Chief Greg Halpin. They're both together.
Thank you, Tim.
Next, we have Bobby Simpson, CEO, and Cindy Leapart with Crispus Attucks Association. I would like to introduce former Mayor John Brenner and Treasurer Steve Bush with the York City Little League.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Here, you gotta hold it. Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce the President of the Board of Directors, Penny Myers of the Community Progress Council. And there's George Moore here.
Thank you.
And finally, from the William Penn High School music program, who brought with him those great musicians today, band director Kevin Cromer and principal Randy Jones. Randy Jones. Thank you, John, and thank you, everyone. And so we can get you back to your offices. That concludes today's program. We certainly appreciate you all coming out here to spend some time with us today. However, I'm sorry, most important, thank you, Wade, the official ribbon cutting. We're going to do that right here in front of the podium. 1, 3, 2, 1, cut. Now we have refreshments for everyone who would like to take advantage of some chicken.
I've worked here for about 1.5 years.
Okay. At the other location?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you the one that cooks this amazing chicken?
Some of it.
Some of it?
There's lots of other people that cook it too.
Are there any secrets you'd like to share about this chicken?
I don't think I'm allowed to share any secrets.
We got some Royal Farms chicken here. Very good. Very good chicken. You should come on down to the Royal Farms right off of Route 30 in the city and buy some chicken.